Dawson Rider review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of the Green Ranger with Beetlezord from Power Rangers Samurai. I know I originally said I wasn't going to get these, but after purchasing the Octo and Claw Zord, I decided I needed the complete set because I'm a completist bastard. So anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at these. I'm not going to go over the packaging just to save some time. These figures, all of the auxiliary Zords, come with a little extra Mega Ranger figure, I guess to entice kids who might not just want the Zord. So of course we got Green Ranger here since he pilots it. It's a fixed pose figure. There's really no articulation except for his head, and that's it. There's no waist or anything like that. The head sculpt is pretty decent, nothing too spectacular. Pretty much the same as the standard Mega Ranger. Pretty bland paint, you know, just green and black. No back painted. Legs black and green. His Mega Blade's all detailed, but it's just painted silver, and he's got silver gloves, and not really a whole lot to say. I mean, it's not like a horrible figure, it's not the best figure, but it's solid enough to come with this. And now let's take a look at the main event itself. Sorry about that. The Beetlezord. So it's pretty tiny looking. It's actually not that bad looking on its own. It's got some decent paint on it. Its head is pretty nice. It's got the orange paint, the white here, and the black, and the little eyes, and it looks pretty decent. One thing of note, unless I'm crazy, just to make sure I'm not crazy, this here is in the Japanese version comes out and then pushes back in order to make the bird head, and it just stays out in this one. The back here is less bulky than the Japanese version. Not a lot going on with the legs in terms of paint. Pretty basic. The hidden disc, you can see where there would be a disc along here, but there is none because they removed that gimmick here. So it's a lot smaller. It's not like horrible looking. It's not the greatest looking, but it's decently cute, I guess. And it can lower its mouth a little for like pincing action, although that's more of a feature of transformation. As for what it does on its own, the way that they are selling this is that there are holes on the bottom of this. Put it right here on his foot holder, on this foot holder, on the Beetlezord, and then you're going to want to kind of wrap it around here, and then Green Ranger can ride on it. And then when this rolls on the bottom with this wheel, his head spins for drilling action. And this is okay, I guess. The Ranger looks kind of neat on top of it. Nothing too spectacular. It kind of screws with the continuity of size in the show, but I guess it's kind of neat. Alright, so let's set him to the side. Now, it kind of had to be done just because I have it, and you might as well. Comparing this to the original Kabuto Beetlezord from Shinkenger, as you can see, there's a great deal of size difference. Take a look at the side view. Not really that many details missed. These are just a little bit more detailed, and the paint's glossier here. And obviously this has a hidden disc, keeping with the gimmick. But yeah, I mean, not to be a complete Sentai snob, but you know, these always look better. And see what I mean here is this folds out and goes back in, but it's a lot bigger. But it doesn't really work with anything in the American. But there's a comparison. So now what we're going to want to do is bring the Samurai Megazord in. And we're going to get rid of his helmet. You can store it in the Dragon, which I'll show at some point at a review. It's really easy, just open his leg up and store it in there. But to save time, I'm not going to do that. So to combine with this guy, first you're going to want to relocate his shoulder. What you're going to want to do is just separate his head from his body. Actually, with these joints are pretty tight, and I have a hard time sometimes. So now you just want to take this whole body here, and then pull this little lever down, and you get a handle, and then place that in the Samurai Megazord's hand. It's got a shield. Now take this, fold this down, fold these out, and slide it over the Samurai Megazord's head as if it were the helmet. And there you have the Beetle Blaster Megazord. So he's like, Borg! Blast! Yeah, in case you didn't know, if you watch Samurai, you know, they changed this from the show and from Shinkenger. It's just a giant helmet with like a backpack in the show, which looks kind of ridiculous. So they decided to make it a shield, which part of me is like, man, that's kind of dumb, you know, that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's inaccurate, it's not even a Shinkenger thing, it's Samurai, that's the way it is in Samurai as well. But at the same time, it looks like, okay, cool, and it kind of makes sense to have a shield, and if they could pull it off a little bit better, it would be kind of neat for me, actually. Because the helmet I never had too many problems with. It shoots cannons, and then to have a giant shield that can replace the one it already has, Or the Samurai Megazord doesn't come with it, but I don't know. It's not so bad. The toy doesn't look great. If you can see here, the head just doesn't look the coolest. But it's not bad, and I see why they did it. Like, Bandai of America actually was like, whoa, that's totally stupid. Let's change that. Alright, so just like before, it had to be done. I'm going to compare it to the Japanese version. So just give me a second. Here it is with the Japanese counterpart. If I did something wrong on it, let me know. It's been a while, but you get the general idea. I forgot to mention actually before is that these pieces actually went on the side here, which I don't even think you can do. Not really. You can detach one, I think. But they go on the side here in the Japanese version, and then you got this whole head backpack thing. So neither of them are that appealing. So what's the final verdict on this thing? He's okay. I mean, if you're going to decide to collect the American Samurai line, it doesn't look too bad on its own, like just displaying it in beetle mode. It's not a bad display piece, and you get an extra ranger figure. But it's not the greatest on its own. But if you're planning to get the rest, it's valuable for later formations that don't look quite as bad. But so overall, I'd say pass unless you're going to go all out on the Samurai Megazord line. So anyway, until next time, make sure you check out writersrangersrambles.com for token news in the craziest way possible. And of course, while you're there, check out the Crazy Podcast and the Ramboards. So until next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.